Welcome back to the video, and in today's video, we'll be ranking every single offense in the NFL. Again, if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like on the video, and also subscribe to my channel if you like the content, and if you are not already subscribed. If this video can get 5 likes, then I will do the ranking every single defense in the NFL. So, pretty much, yeah, I'm going to be ranking every single offense in the NFL, top of the elite offenses. Below that, we have the very good offenses. Below that, we have the decent offenses. Below that, we have the not exactly good offense, the offense that it's decent, but I wouldn't really want to have it. And then we have the trash offense. Pretty long list of teams. We have all 32 NFL teams. Long list. I'll give you guys my opinions. Let's get into the video and start with the Arizona Cardinals. As an offense, it's decent. Now, what I will say is they do get injured a lot. But when you have a fully healthy team, you got Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, Rondale Moore, Marquise Brown, James Conner, Zach Ertz. It's a pretty decent offense. If they're all together, honestly, in their prime, they're very good to elite. But right now, their team is getting a little bit older on the offensive side. We need Kyler Murray to start continuing to evolve as a quarterback before I can put him any higher. Next up, we have the Falcons. I just say it's they're kind of trash offense. I'm not gonna lie. I think they do have some pieces, but right now, Desmond Ritter, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and that's about it. I mean, do I think they have the pieces to be really good in the future? Absolutely. I think Drake London's great. I think Kyle Pitts is great. But when you don't have a really good quarterback yet, I think Desmond Ritter needs to develop it. And with Marcus Mariota quarterback, it's pretty bad. So if they can get once they can get a good quarterback and some actually get some good players, then I put them higher. But right now, they're trash. I think they're close to going in, not exactly though. They're close. Next up we have the Ravens, and I'm gonna say decent because I'm not gonna be ordering these by the way, but I'm gonna say decent because I think Lamar carries that team. But without Lamar and Mark Andrews, we're really looking at a pretty bad offense. And we saw that at the end of the season when Lamar Jackson got hurt. The offense just wasn't as good. Tyler Huntley he's fine as a backup, but he's not anything special. And I think they don't have Lamar Jackson, they're kind of screwed. But with Lamar, with a healthy Mark Andrews, yeah, they're definitely at least decent. Next will be the Bills, elite. I mean, it's pretty simple as that. I mean, you got Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Devin Singletary, Gabe Davis, Dawson Knox. The team is loaded with weapons. Offense and defense is amazing. One of the best offenses in the league, and I don't think there's any question of that. Next, we have the Carolina Panthers. I'm gonna say not exactly a good offense, but it's not awful. Like you do have DJ Moore, which I quite like. You do have Dante Foreman, who's decent, but you just need a better quarterback. It's kind of similar with the Falcons, even though I like their piece a bit more. I like their weapons a bit more than the Falcons, but it's the same thing. Like Sam Darnold just isn't it. Once the Carolina Panthers can have a good quarterback that can play good, they can move up in the rankings. But currently, I don't think they're not exactly a good offense. Next up, we have the Chicago Bears. This is hard because I like Justin Fields a lot, but I think still it goes to not exactly a good offense because there is so many question marks. I don't mind their running core, but their receiving core is really worrying. Their tight end, you get Cole Kmet's kind of a hit or miss, and Justin Fields, we need him to throw the ball more. I think he's a great runner, and I think he showed that he is a really solid quarterback last year. But we're talking about him as a quarterback. He's not the greatest thrower, and I think that what really worries me is that their wide receiver and their offensive line as well, because that's part of the offense, and it needs to get better. Next up is the Bengals, elite, and if it doesn't go anywhere else but elite, then everyone is just wrong and stupid. Look at this team: Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. Then if that wasn't enough, Hayden Hurst and that Bengals O-line. Now, the Bengals O-line and Hayden Hurst isn't the greatest, but having three all-star wide receivers or better, having a running back that has the capability of being an all-star, and a top 3 quarterback in the league, I would say is number 2 right now. You got to put him in elite offense. It's simple as that. It's just like the Bills, so many weapons, and they deserve to be there. Next up, we have the Browns. I think the pieces that they have is really good, but I think I'm just gonna put them in decent. Like I know they have a lot of good weapons. They have Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Amari Cooper. Um, who's their tight end currently? Is it Njoku? Like they have good 10, but their quarterback, he's never healthy and he's always in prison apparently. And I feel like they have a lot of good weapons around them, but as a team, they're not that good, and they don't have that good chemistry yet. So I'm just gonna put them in decent for now. Next to me is the Cowboys. I'm gonna say very good. I don't think they're elite by any means, but Dak Prescott, serviceable quarterback. You have two really solid running backs, Zeke and Tony Pollard. You have CeeDee Lamb, Dalton Schultz. Yeah, their team's good. And their O-line's still very solid. I think they have a very good round offense. Next up, we have the Broncos. The last year was not their year. I'm heading into the next year, though. You have Russell Wilson. I think they're still decent. I'm gonna put them in decent still. I think they are still decent. Russell Wilson, Javonte Williams when he finally gets healthy. Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Alec Okim, whatever, or the Dual guy. Yeah, I think their offense is decent. I think this year they didn't really get to show it because their coach was super, super bad. But I think with Sean Payton as their head coach next year, there's still a decent offense. Next up, we have the Lions. I think they might be elite. They're elite. They're elite. I can't believe I'm saying it, but they're elite. I mean, come on. Like, how are they not elite, bro? They're so incredibly good. Got Jared Goff, who showed how good of a quarterback he actually is. DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams. From wide receivers, you have Amon-Ra St. Brown. You have DJ Chark. You have I'm forgetting the other guy's name. I can't remember, but you also have a tight end. You lost TJ, but still, this offense is amazing. It clicks on all cylinders and one of the best scoring offenses. And because of how bad their defense still is, you could just tell that like their team is basically based on their offense, and they score so many points. Next up, we have the Packers, and it just depends. Aaron Rodgers is gone; they're trash. Right now, though, after this last year, I'm gonna say not exactly a good offense. They just weren't. I mean, I think they have some pieces just like the Browns, but they're not putting it together. Let's just say the Aaron Rodgers is in talks, and Packers want to leave. So I'm gonna say it based on Aaron Rodgers being left, and you have Jordan Love, Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs. It's fine, but without a good quarterback, we need to see Jordan Love actually play good to put them up, in my opinion. Texans trash next. I mean, Davis Mills is terrible. Dameon Pierce has potential. Brandon Cooks is solid, but otherwise there's nothing there. Next we have the Colts. Last year they were bad, but I'm going to put them off on the edge. I'm just going to say not exactly a good offense. I do think they have some pieces. Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, Mo Alley-Cox. I think they have some pieces that just need, again, just like these other teams, like the Panthers and the Falcons, they need an actual good quarterback, and they will easily move up in these rankings. Next we have the Jaguars. I think they have a very good offense. I'm not going to say they're elite by any means, but Trevor Lawrence, Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, Travis Etienne, Marvin Jones, yeah, they have a really good offense. I mean, even Evan Ingram had an amazing year. I think their team has a lot of players that people kind of forget on. They have a lot of players that are super underrated and super just like slept on, like good, solid players all around their team, and I think they're a very good offense. Chiefs, I mean, it's a lead because you have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and it's simple as that. I don't really care about anyone else. I mean, Jared McKinnon was pretty good. Isaiah Pacheco, uh, Juju, like they have such a good offense. It's elite, and they're Super Bowl teams, so it just makes sense. When you have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, you're always going to be elite. Next up, we have the Chargers. I'm going to say very good, and I know they keep messing up in the playoffs, but this offense is still amazing. Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Gerald Everett. If they all were playing super good, they're easily elite. But right now, we need to see the Chargers actually do well in the playoffs. We need to see their offense actually do well consistently. So right now, I'm just going to put them in a very good offense. Next to be the Rams. Again, this is tough because talking about a healthy Rams, Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Cam Akers, Allen Robinson, the team is stacked. But I'm just going to say decent for now. We need to see more, but we know what they have. We know what they have in store. They were the Super Bowl champions 2 years ago, so you can't really put them too far down. Next up, we have the Raiders. It just depends. It really depends. Right now they don't have a quarterback, so in my opinion, right now they're gonna go indecent. I really like the weapons: Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller. The weapons are insane. If they can get an insane quarterback, if somehow Aaron Rodgers falls to the Las Vegas Raiders, they are without a doubt a top five offense in the league, and they should be an elite because just based on the data that is shown, and I think it makes sense because Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams would just make too much sense. But nonetheless, even without Derek Carr, even without that great of a quarterback, they're still a decent offense because of how much talent they have surrounding the quarterback. Next to be the Dolphins. I'm gonna say, are they elite? They're elite. They have to be elite. I was thinking about it, but they have to be elite. I mean, Tua, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Offense isn't, running backs aren't great, but they still have Jeff Wilson Jr. and Raheem Mostert. Mike Gesicki, good offensive line, and not great offensive line actually. But the thing is in these games, their defense was so trash that their offense had to go off, and they went off every single week. So I was thinking about it, I was like, the Dolphins, they didn't have the greatest record, so they can't be an elite. But thinking about how many games were like 35-35, you gotta put them in elite because they scored so many points. And we'll just put another one in elite. The Vikings, elite, simple as that. Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, T.J. Hawkinson. Next conversation, one of the best offenses in the league, in my opinion. Next up, we have the Patriots. They're close to trash. They're not good at all. I'm gonna say not exactly good because I do think they have some pieces like Ramondre Stevenson, Damian Harris, Jacoby Myers that I do think has some potential. But again, we need to see Mac Jones start becoming better, and we need to see an actual serviceable quarterback, solid quarterback, and we need to see some weapons around him that can help me, and some players that aren't just stars, aren't just solid players, but we need some superstars in their team. So right now, they're just not exactly that good. Next up, we have the Saints. They did just get Derek Carr. We got to take that in mind. If I'm thinking about it right now, they did just get Derek Carr. So Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas. It looks good on paper, Chris Olave, but with the Saints, you never know. I'm just gonna put them in decent right now because I do think they have the pieces. But I'm not gonna lie, the Saints always seem to disappoint on the offensive side. So we need to see how Derek Carr does with the system before we can put him any higher. Next to be the Giants, not exactly good because I really do like Daniel Jones, but he has no one else to pass to. It's simple as that. It's Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, and I think that if they can get some more wide receivers, get a good tight end, offensive line can still use some work, but it's still decent. I think their defense does help them out a lot because they have a really good defense. But I think I like the trajectory that they're heading into. But right now, currently on the moment, I just think they're not exactly a good offense. Next up, we have the Jets. They're trash. I'm sorry. I like the pieces, but when you have Zach Wilson or Mike White as your quarterback, it's just not looking good. If Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets, of course, they'll probably be up in very good offense. Simple as that. But right now, I mean, great weapons though. Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson. I love their weapons, but when they have a quarterback like that, they're not going to get any higher than trash. Next, we have the Eagles, elite, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, Miles Sanders, A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert. Again, similar to the Vikings. Next conversation, it's simple as that. One of the best offenses in the league. Next up, we have the Steelers. I'm gonna say not exactly a good offense because I do think again they have some potential, but right now we're talking about it. I don't know how good they actually are. Like Kenny Pickett's a big worry. Najee Harris is so inconsistent, and if he can't get it together, that's gonna be a bad loss for them. But they do have some stars like George Pickens, Diontae Johnson. They do have some good players, but right now, they just need to like work together and actually build as a better offense. Next to be the Seahawks, I'm gonna say very good here. Geno Smith, DK Metcalf, uh, Kenneth Walker, Tyler Lockett, very, very good offense. Not quite elite because they do have some games where they absolutely don't do anything, and we need to see their team as together a whole work better together. But honestly, with all the weapons and everything like that, I think they're very good. Next up, we have the Niners. Ooh, this is hard. I think I have to go elite though. Like I'm not even being biased here. Like when they had Brock Purdy at the end of the year, they were scoring up like 31 points. I think they're the most points per game in those like last couple weeks because of how good of an offense they had. And honestly, their defense is insane, but their offense still is quite good. I think they're maybe they're more the lower end of elite right now, but I still think they're an elite offense because of how much talent is surrounding them. I mean, Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. Kyle Juszczyk, if we don't count fullbacks, I'm going to count him. Brock Purdy, obviously. Team ridiculous. Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell, like the list goes on and on. I think they're still an elite offense. Next up, we have the Bucks. Again, I'm gonna put them in decent simply because of the talent that's surrounding them. Leonard Fournette, uh, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. I don't even know who they're tight end anymore, but Tom Brady retired. Obviously, that's going to put him more down. But I think, again, similar to the, which team was I talking about? The Raiders. They have great weapons around them, but not a great quarterback. So we need to see them get an actual quarterback before I can put them any higher. Next up, we have the Titans. Not exactly a good offense. I love Derrick Henry. I think he's amazing. I like Treylon Burks, but otherwise, you have nothing. I mean, Ryan Tannehill has really started to take a drop, and he's just getting older. It's simple as that. Robert Woods was not that good. Otherwise, I can't really tell you. I mean, Okonkwo, whatever his name was, that tight end that came in, he had some, I guess, good players, but at this point, they just don't have enough. They need more pieces, and honestly, they just need they need a wide receiver. They need more wide receivers because Traylon Burks is not enough, in my opinion. And then last but not least, we have the Washington Commanders. I'm gonna put this in. Ooh, it's close to trash, but I think it's not exactly a good offense. I think that the team itself has good potential, but they need to put it together. I think they need a better quarterback. Obviously, I don't think Carson Wentz is the choice. He got cut, but I think they could use a better quarterback. Running backs aren't amazing. Wide receiver, we do have Scary Terry, but nothing much else. So there's definitely some stuff that they need. And that's the end of my video of ranking every single offense. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like on the video, and also subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!